The impressive thing about a useful weapon is not always its stunning appearance. The Willys Jeep from World War II is a prime example of such a military vehicle. Despite its simple design and lack of even a protective steel plate, it is incredibly useful. It can maneuver through various extreme terrains and provide valuable mobility for soldiers, relying on its quantity and reliability. In many World War II movies and TV shows, it can be seen transporting supplies or soldiers to the front lines, or even speeding along with a wounded soldier lying on the hood. In fact, according to the equipment arrangement of the U.S. military, the Willys Jeep was supposed to form a complementary team with other trucks, each responsible for different tasks. This configuration was originally very suitable for the design and positioning of the Willys Jeep. However, at the time, the production capacity of trucks was a bit insufficient to meet the demands of the front lines. As a result, the idea of modifying the easy-to-produce Willys Jeep to have greater transportation capacity emerged, leading to the creation of the Willys 6x6 Super Jeep. In July 1941, after the failed attempt to install a 37mm cannon on the Willys Jeep, the development of the lengthened body Willys T-14 wheeled tank destroyer began, and by January 1942, 2 prototype vehicles were completed. The T-14 was not actually complicated. It extended the rear of the Willys Jeep and added an extra pair of wheels, turning the rear seats into a larger platform with enough space to install a cannon and maintain an operating platform. The rear double axle also had enough load-bearing capacity. In terms of technical performance, the T-14 was one of the best-performing models among the several wheeled vehicles tested by the U.S. military to carry a 37mm cannon. Due to the body of the Willys Jeep, it was believed that production would also be very convenient and the output would be guaranteed. However, once the U.S. had the finalized Dodge M6, the T-14 was abandoned. This decision may have been related to the obsolescence of the 37mm anti-tank gun in the war. In March 1942, the T-14 was modified into a cargo vehicle, renamed as the MTTUG, which is the Willys 6x6 Super Jeep. The Army hoped that the Super Jeep could be used as a multifunctional towing vehicle, transporting personnel and goods, and the Marine Corps also showed interest in this Super Jeep, hoping to make it one of the basic transport vehicles for the troops. Due to the mature chassis of the T-14, the development of the Super Jeep went smoothly. From an external appearance perspective, it was almost like removing the T-14's cannon and other structures, turning the rear into a small cargo box, while the vehicle had the ability to tow artillery or trailers. In January 1943, during the tests in Florida, the military was very satisfied with the performance of the Super Jeep. At this time, it would have been more appropriate to call it the Willys truck, and many believed that this vehicle would be mass-produced. Repair manuals were even printed at the time. However, the military ultimately abandoned the Super Jeep, perhaps as a decision from the perspective of the entire industrial production. This decision may have ensured the exaggerated production of 650,000 Willys Jeeps, as otherwise, a significant portion of the market share could have been taken by the Super Jeep, disrupting the production of companies like Dodge. In 1943, 15 Willys 6x6 Super Jeeps were produced, with a length of 4.33 meters, width of 1.6 meters, height of 1.42 meters, wheelbase of approximately 2.8 meters, ground clearance of about 0.22 meters, maximum speed of approximately 88 km/h, and a maximum range of 480 kilometers.